Welcome to Yoga in the Sun. I'm Sarah. Thank you for joining me. I'm just going to read a short extract from one of my very inspirational books. I have many, but this is one of the books that I really cherished dearly. It's The Secret Power of Yoga, written by a very incredible yogi called Nishala Joy Devi, an American woman. And she effectively translated a very old text, the Yoga Sutras, by a guru called Patanjali, who wrote these sutras many, probably 3,000 years ago. So she's translated them from her own perspective as a woman. And there's some very insightful pieces in the book, as well as practices that you can work with on harnessing your yoga practice on a more deeper level, not just the physical postures, but also the more meditative side of yoga. So I thought I'd read you this very interesting extract from the book because it seems a very relevant piece that's very poignant for this current situation that we're in at the moment with the onslaught of the coronavirus. So let me begin. The 4 yugas. So the Sat Yuga, which was known in the yoga world as the Golden Age, was the first manifestation era. In this time, people's behavior reflected their pure consciousness. It integrated smoothly with their humanity. Righteousness was eternal. One's duty to be true to one's spiritual nature was foremost. There was no competition, there was no disease, there was no depression or struggle. Fruits of the earth and the heavens were obtained by imagining, by just being open-hearted and according to personal necessity. This could also be considered a more inclusive feminine way of being. It sounds like the utopian society that many of us dream about today. It was doing this, Sat Yuga, that the Vedas were formulated. These great gems of wisdom were universal truths without reference to sex or gender. They clearly proclaimed we are one. And from the Sat Yuga of evolved consciousness came the next 3 yugas, which are Treta, or the Silver Age, Dvapara, the Bronze Age, and Kali, the Iron Age. In each successive age, virtue was further obscured and righteousness increasingly faltered. Many believe we are now in or emerging from the Kali Yuga, the nadir of enlightenment, and there is plenty of evidence to claim this. Egocentric thinking, greed and fear have become the norm. Our respect for Mother Earth and for the feminine values has declined, contributing to an epidemic of anxiety, depression, hopelessness about the future. Most of us consider it a luxury to take time to retreat from the outer world to the realm of the spirit, and it is promoted as a blessing for the chosen few only. With all this comes a devaluation of love, faith, and other spiritual virtues and practices, causing them to hide deep within our hearts. We place little value on spiritual qualities. Instead, we worship the material. The good news is that we are proceeding through these gunas in a cyclic progression. So if we are now emerging from the Iron Age, the Kali Yuga, we are coming back around toward the Sat Yuga, which is the Golden Age. Because it has been many thousands of years since the time of the elevated consciousness, little of that refined consciousness remains. Each of us holds some Golden Age consciousness within all of us, and it is ripening right now. The more we begin to acknowledge our inner spirituality and let it shine, the more we will let our heart and spirit reign supreme. The sooner we can make the Golden Age thus a reality. So I hope that's been insightful to bringing some thought to our current situation. And I think it's a very poignant piece, relevant in this age that we're living in. Thank you very much. Namaste.